We're live now.
Oh,
right.
here comes trouble.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back for another episode of Just Two Moms Chatting with our awesome special guest, Nonvaxer420,
Yes. It's a
RumbleDad.
It's a super honor to have Shawn on today.
It's an honor to be on your show. I've been pretty impressed with the ones you guys have done so far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll have to have Joel read out this little thing of intro for Shawn.
Yeah, so just on a whim, I grokked you, and it said, Nonvaxer420 is an online persona, primarily active on platforms like Rumble, Brighteon, Getter, and Telegram, known for sharing content related to controversial topics such as transhumanism, synthetic biology, and the biodigital convergence. The individual behind the account goes by the name of Shawn and has gained attention through interviews, notably with Maria Z, discussing technologies allegedly used to manipulate human biology and connect people to digital systems.
It's only in mice. It's only in mice.
That's right.
Allegedly.
It goes on. Allegedly. Nonvaxer420's content often focuses on themes like healthcare 4.0 and 5.0, bioconvergence, and electronic warfare, citing organizations like the IEEE and concepts like the W-band, wireless body area networks. The account has a significant following with over 12 million views on Rumble, nearly 6,000 videos posted since joining in
I didn't even know.
2021. Collaborations with figures like Synergy and Sabrina Wallace have also been highlighted, emphasizing critiques of emerging biotechnologies. The Nonvaxer420 library on Brighteon, and I'd say Rumble, is described as a resource for learning about government policies, academia, and market-driven aspects of the bioconvergence.
And that was grok?
Yes.
What do you think?
Holy shit.
Grok did you good, Shawn.
Yeah. Building algorithms, right?
Yep.
I mean, when
That
you've been posting 10 to 20 documents and, 5 to 10 videos every single day for the past 4 freaking years, that library adds up, right? Like, becomes pretty hard to ignore when you're finding this many documents that are directly connected to your government, your standardization industry, and your policy and laws and, industry. And becomes pretty hard to deny at a certain point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. It really does. Yeah. How did you end up getting started? I know Don knows more than me because I'm the newer one. So
how did I get started? I started out originally on my original Facebook account, which had absolutely nothing to do with biodigital convergence or anti-vaccine stuff, or it had nothing to do with that. What I was doing originally before COVID happened was I was running a YouTube channel called Passive Online Incomes, where I was actually mining cryptocurrency and teaching people how to get free applications on the Google Play Store where you could run it passively in your phone. Just for having the app running in your phone, you'd be making money, right? But what you were actually doing was selling your data. So you're giving companies direct access to your phone, to your data, right? So at least in a sense, like, I knew that's what it was. That's what I was selling it as, because that's what the product was. I thought I was helping people because I was helping people, especially in poorer countries, seem to frequent my channel a lot, like India and stuff. And they were learning how to make some extra money just to buy some bread for their family, right? Like, a lot of the comments were like that. So I felt like I was doing something good, like a human service in a way, right? I knew nothing about blockchain really, or biodigital convergence. The only thing I knew about blockchain at that time was, Bitcoin, mine Bitcoin, get free money, cash it in for PayPal, and buy Christmas presents. That was all I knew, right? I didn't know what the blockchain actually was. I didn't understand how it's connecting to our healthcare system and basically running this entire biodigital convergence. Without the blockchain, it doesn't work. So I had to make a decision, right? So, okay, let's keep going though. So that's how I started online, period, before I knew anything. And then COVID happened, and I'm in Ontario. Doug Ford is the premier of Ontario. He had said on Global News one night, because at that point I was still watching like the case numbers, and I didn't believe the case numbers, but I still believed there was a big scary pandemic and virus, right? I was still wearing a mask then. So,
Really?
um,
Wow.
yeah, I wore a mask
Really?
for
That's
probably
hard
about
to believe.
the first 2 months or something, and then I'm like, dude, I drywall, and I wear an N95 mask when I drywall, and I still get fucking drywall dust all over my lips and my face through the mask. How the hell is this stopping a fucking nanometer virus, right? Like, it doesn't even make sense anymore. So I stopped taking part, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So now COVID happened. I'm seeing all kinds of inconsistencies on the media. It's just not adding up. It's not making sense. I had a feeling that they were going to come out with some new vaccine. They were going to end up mandating it, and they were going to go after the elderly first. This is a feeling I had before there was even a mention of
Really?
vaccine. Yes. So I knew, and then once it happened, I'm watching it exactly the vision that I had play out on the media with the fear mongering. And I knew that I had to start looking. There was way more to this picture than what was meeting the eye. And I started following the doctors, the good doctors, in the beginning, because I thought they really cared about humanity, and they seemed like the only people speaking with any kind of common sense, right? Actually speaking about the harms and the benefits that could come, right? But so I started following them, and honestly, I was scared shitless every day when I was listening to them every day. Like, I was just so anxious, and when's this going to stop? Like, that was constant fear state that I was in because I was listening to them. And the only thing they ever talked about was deaths from the COVID vaccine, terminal cancers on the way, spike proteins never stop, shedding,
Yes.
and it was just like a constant state of fear. And that probably lasted like the first almost 2 years, that constant state of fear, because I was following these doctors who were literally fear mongering everybody. Um, and find out now that they're actually pushing nano products on everybody too at the same time, using the fear mongering tactics. So I'm just like, there's got to be more to this story. So I ended up finding the policy horizons. What is the biodigital convergence, right? Or what happened? Biodigital exploring biodigital convergence. What happens when
And
humans?
that's Canada.
Yes, and that's the government organization Policy Horizons, who is basically like the think tank connected to another couple think tanks, but that are ran by the UN, of course, and European Union. But they're basically like the think tank that thinks up the future policies. So what are we going to go to with policies, right? And anybody that understands how changing laws work, you get it into policy first, and once it's accepted and fully adopted, then the laws start changing around those policies, right? So I knew, like, this is some important shit here that I'm reading, right? So now I start reading, the Exploring the Biodigital Convergence Policy Horizons Canada document. And then I found another one called Biodigital Today and Tomorrow. And in that one, it goes all through the health section, the transformative ways that the biodigital convergence can transform the healthcare sector. And then it goes through environmental sector, where they're talking about literally like geoengineering with synthetic biology, and nanotechnology. And so in the health section, they're talking about the CRISPRization of humans. And I'm like, whoa, why is our government talking about, the CRISPRization of the human population? So that really got me looking. And then I finally eventually realized that it was in standard. Like, they're standardizing this shit for global industries. And that's where the International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, Biodigital Convergence Standardization document came into play. And it turns out that document is the key that unlocks all of the doors, basically. just that one document. That's how all of the other research that I've gotten to, including with Sabrina, it all stems from that standardization document. So okay, so I'm on Facebook still, the first couple of years, first year and a half, sorry. And then they took me out on Facebook. I had created a second account that went for a couple of months. But it was building fast because of the things I was posting and the way I was posting. So it was the same way I do it on the Rumble. I was posting, the full industry videos with all of the source links so people can go look for themselves. Like, this is real. This is really happening, right? They took me out again on a second Facebook account. So I tried to make a third. And at that point, with the second one, I had already started the Rumble channel because I felt like I was going to be taken out again. So I may as well try to build somewhere else. So I started on the Rumble. And that would have been, I believe, like 2021, right at the end or something like that. Well, it was right around the trucker convoy. So that was that the end of 2021 or the start of it? I can't remember. I think it was the end. When the trucker convoy happened.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the end of 2021, right? Yeah. So that's when I ended up creating the Rumble channel and started posting there also. And then, of course, Facebook took me out again. I tried to make a third account. They wouldn't let me unless I uploaded a picture of my ID and then a scan of my face. So, and that was right when the Meta merge was happening. They were converging to Meta, right? So other people have told me that they're not having that issue. I don't know why I am. Well, I know why I am because they obviously have all of my ISP information. They know it's me creating another account, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically how I ended up on Rumble. And then once they did take me out on the second Facebook, and I had that issue with biometric ID, just trying to create a third, that's when I realized, oh shit, this is really fucking happening, and I need to push this information hard. And that's where the 10, 15 videos a day of what industry's doing started being posted on my Rumble channel. So that's going on, and I'm making videos about the biodigital convergence, walking through the government documents, showing people how they can get it online and providing the source links. And I knew that they were connecting the body, but I didn't know how yet. I just couldn't put that part together. I knew that that was what their intent was. It's very, very clearly written in these documents. And then suddenly Sabrina Wallace video, it was like a 2-minute clip, popped up in front of me. No information about who she was or no redirect back to her channel or nothing, but she did say her name. And I started looking around and I found there was some old content from her. And I reached out to her with like a second email thing that I have where I don't want people to have my main information, you know what I mean? Just for things like that. And I gave her my email in one of her comments, and she did end up emailing me back. And I directed her to my channel because at that point, I found enough videos of what she was talking about, and she was speaking about it so very clearly with the exact correct keyword terminology that I could just press pause and go Google what she just say. Boom. Oh, I'm at fucking more government documents here. What's going on? I better store that away. So I started taking her videos and actually adding, because at that point she wasn't placing all of the full links into the description at that time, right? She was just making the videos, but walking through the correct stuff. So I started re-uploading her videos to get her boosted out there in the algorithms and get people to be able to listen to what she's saying. And then while adding all of the direct source links to everything she was saying. So while we're talking in email, I really wanted her to see what I was doing with my channel and ask her if, like, is it okay that I keep sharing your stuff like this? Of course, she was like, yeah, that's great. I love what you're doing, And then eventually I ended up getting her over on the Telegram in our own private chat, and that's where we've been since. And things just blew up from there. I don't know. It feels like we're basically inseparable when it comes to trying to educate the general public, especially parents, on what is going on for real in business and industry and standardization within your governments, what their literal real plans are with the IMT 2030 and 6G, which is your Internet of Bio Nano Things. And these are all like keywords you just type and you'll find the information. There's no fact checkers. You type in IOBNT, NSF, that's the National Science Foundation. You're going to end up seeing all the granted work to universities working on the IOBNT with the NSF. You type in IOBNT 6G ITU. ITU is the International Telecommunications Union, United Nations. And that's all you got to do is just type those keywords into any search browser. You're going to get the same results anywhere without the fact checkers, because there is no fact checking on this. This is what business and industry is doing. Yeah. Right. So that's how I ended up on Rumble anyways, from the Facebook. Okay. And then as researching and learning more about the biodigital convergence and now the blockchain and the WBAN, and understanding now how they're connecting the body to the entire system, and the blockchain is the linking piece that holds it all together. I realized I couldn't continue with the passive online incomes thing anymore. I couldn't continue supporting cryptocurrency and promoting it, even though like I had a really good referral base from my past stuff that I did. I still make money off some of the referrals. The videos aren't available anymore because they took away that channel when I started speaking truth about biodigital convergence. But there's so many people that got on the referrals back then that, I'm still getting some money out of it. But I'm not promoting it anymore, and I'm not using it myself anymore. And in fact, I'm making videos exposing it now. So it's, the 180-degree spin of what my life has become now because of the information that I found and I stuck to, and, researched it until I could put it into context and actually understand what the hell I was reading, So, and now it's, I am doing what I'm doing, and I've amassed quite a following and found some really cool people out here that, we're parents, and we just care about the general public and what the hell is going on.
Yeah, so, thank you.
And now here we are doing a video.
I know, as parents. Right? Yeah. So what question came to mind was like, so your whole awareness just was like
180 flip.
Horror 180 after horror. Yeah, 180 flip. Yeah, same here. Same here. And how did your daughter handle that? And how has that been?
She's been really good, but I've been pretty chill about the way I do talk about things. Like if I do talk about things in front of her, I think that's important as a parent. You can't be screaming, that the government's trying to kill us.
Yeah, my son takes that stuff to heart.
Talking like that in front of your kid. And honestly, if you're talking like that in society, you just look like a fucking fool. So sorry to say it, but that's the reality.
Yeah, that's why they think we're nuts.
People won't take you seriously.
Yeah.
So
but just the drive that you have to keep going after your accounts keep getting closed down, and
because I know it's the most important conversation in the world. And when it comes to especially the nanotechnology aspect of it, that is a 25-year agenda. That's from the Clinton administration from the year 2000. You got every government industry, every government organization connected to that national nanotechnology initiative. That includes all of your healthcare shit, all connected to that. That is a 25-year agenda that they've been changing standards and changing basically laws, but changing like the FDA, approvals and stuff, and how much allowable nanoparticulate they're allowed in different things, cosmetics, medications, foods. And it keeps getting changed, and more is being added. And this has been going on for 25 years. Nobody had a conversation
to talk about it.
Nobody had a conversation about this in the past 25 years. So now we're stuck with the slack that really my parents should have been having a conversation about 20 years ago. Right? So I don't want to leave my child stuck with that slack because I chose to turn a blind eye and ignore it and pretend it's not real just because I wanted to live my life. And, you know, I get that a lot from my mom. Like, just go live your life, Shawn. It's like, dude, I'm stuck
Has she
living in
met ya?
this. And if I don't do something to bring awareness to this, my child is 100% stuck living in this. Like, there is no getting out for her. So at least this way, by raising awareness and having more parents educated, less parents will go along with this stuff because you'll see it, you'll understand it when it comes, right? The new product that comes out, the new piece of narrative propaganda that they put out on your feed to make you start thinking and feeling and behaving eventually in certain ways, right?
Yep.
You'll
You're
see
aware.
that and you'll
Yes.
understand how it works. And because you have that situational awareness now, and you have the ability to think and you know, come to your conclusions based off of it, you'll stop going along with it. And the more we create a movement of people that are doing that, all their shit's going to go out of business. But
Right. And
until
it doesn't
everybody's
mean
got
that you
that
just,
mindset, then they're going to continue contributing to that business. They're going to keep that business going because it's just biodigital convergence business, guys.
Right.
It's not some scary word. It's just the name of a standardization
Right.
that
it's
includes your
jobs.
human body
Right.
within that standardization. But
Yep.
people look at it like it's this magical, mystical thing. It's like, it's not.
Like it's coming. Like it's all of a sudden gonna like it's
Fucking
gonna come.
business. It's
Right.
industry, you know?
Yeah.
People think they're going to wake up and they're going to be a cyborg. It's like,
Right.
dude, no. Okay.
Dude,
I
if
know.
you look at it, even without the nanotechnology inside of our bodies, we're already basically living like cyborgs because
Exactly.
they're collecting all the data from us at every data point available
Every
and
data
possible, right?
Right.
And they run that through psychological algorithms to see what type of psychology they need to use against you based off of your data that you're just
Yep.
giving to them. They're harvesting it everywhere. And then they control not only the targeted ad deliveries that show up on your feed, so the targeted ads, you know, you talk about Home Depot with your friends, and next thing you know, you got fucking Home Depot with
Right.
reels coming to you the next day, right? Things like
Yep.
that. That's only one aspect of it with the voice, right? So now they know that this certain sound at this certain time is going to make you feel this certain way. This certain topic at this certain time is going to trigger you. You know, this certain song at this certain time is going to make you feel that way and then possibly behave that way based off of that feeling. And that's what they're using now is from that data collection. And they're putting in front of you targeted content delivery based off of all that data you gave them. So you're already basically a walking cyborg if you're on these platforms and all you're doing is scrolling. Okay.
Yep.
And you're not using it as a tool. Like, okay,
Right.
I want to go learn how to make money doing this with this application,
Right.
like I used to do. Okay, I'm going to type in that direct targeted search, and that's all I'm going to focus on. And they're going to throw other ads at me and shit. I just completely ignore that shit, right? Because I'm focused on my research.
It's purposeful. You're just going
Whereas
in,
it's
getting
being
the
used as
info.
a tool and not just an entertainment purpose, right? Whereas most people, what I've noticed around me when I see the watch them scrolling in front of me and stuff, is they don't understand these devices as a weapon. They are, for one, the dual use weapon, but also as a tool that, I mean, they use it against us. We can also use that tool
That's a good point.
to benefit ourselves, or we
Right.
can use it against them too, right?
Right.
And it's the mindset is really what's got people so wrapped up within it, right? Where every time a new current thing topic comes out, they're all, oh my God,
Yes. Yes.
oh my God, oh my God, like, and that's what they're doing is they're
Yeah.
literally using it as a weapon and a tool against you because your ignorance allows them to do that. And as long as you stay ignorant, well, then you're stuck in that system. There's no getting you out.
Yep. And it's not that hard. Like you've demonstrated. It's typing things in and reading
Yes.
documents.
Yes.
It's not. It's like when you take that fear psyop out of it. I was surprised,
turn fear into focus and learning.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Staying in that fear vibration, like even same thing. Okay. So back to, when I used to follow the doctors and share the doctors because I thought they were speaking the truth because they were anti-vaccine, right? I mean, they stood up for humanity, right? They called out the vaccines. They're good people, right?
Right. No, I thought the same.
They're
We all
not
did.
they're not selling me nanotechnology products, are they? Right?
That was a bitter little pill.
Yes, that was the real kicker.
For a lot of
that was the
people,
kicker.
it pissed me off when I figured that out. I was fucking livid pissed, man. And I made some videos.
No.
You did?
Not Shawn.
Okay, so the doctors, I was in fear, in a fear state all the time. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to, clean my house half the time. I didn't want to do really anything. I just wanted to focus on that fear and the hope beyond that. Oh, look, they got this little win and this little lawsuit. Oh, that's going to build up and we're winning now. And, you get stuck in that cycle and you become useless and you're just not doing anything for yourself anymore because you're relying on them to do it for you, right?
Yeah.
And what happened that broke me out of that was Karen Kingston and her PSYOP, the Mexico PSYOP. Because up until then, she was the main person I started sharing after I realized the doctors weren't going any further into their information, right? So I stopped sharing the doctors and I just stuck to basically Karen Kingston back then. And she never provided all the direct sources to everything that she was posting, like if she was doing it on a video or whatever, somebody was interviewing her, unless you went to her Substack or paid Substack, and then you might be able to get that. But yeah, I didn't want to have to pay for all that information when it's publicly available, free information.
Yeah.
That everybody should be holding in their fucking notes files on their devices. So anytime a conversation comes up, you can be like, oh yeah, you're telling me it's a conspiracy theory, eh? But
we should all have a folder.
So it went from fear like that and then to just focusing on nanotechnology with Karen Kingston and trying to get Karen to talk about the biodigital convergence because that was the part she was leaving out. And I just constantly pushing her, even talking to her directly in email, sending her the documents and her emailing me back and saying, oh, that's good information. I will use that. And then she uses one document and it was like the weakest fucking document too. So anyways, so from there, and then now I find Sabrina, and then I'm like, oh, there we go. That's what I've been fucking missing. That's what Karen's not bringing to the table. That's what I'm trying to bring to the table, but I don't know how to explain it. Sabrina does. So obviously I latched onto her and I stuck on with her. And since that, the fear aspect, it's gone. There's no more fear in this. It's just fucking research. It's just fucking business. Like, it's fucking reality,
Right. It's our reality.
Deal with it and let's figure out how we're going to move on from here together as a society.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I grew up really quick once Sabrina came along. It helped a lot.
Yeah. I don't think it's any accident that you found her.
And now we get to watch each other grow as we continue working together. Like we've grown a lot together. And I don't mean like platform-wise. Yeah, platform-wise too. But I mean us as humans and the way we understand things. I see it. And I know she sees it. We've grown a lot together, So
it's making me tear up just doing this with you, Shawn. Like I'm literally tearing up because can you believe we have Shawn? I'm sitting here talking to you like 2 years ago. I was just posting your videos and I never thought I would ever know you or speak to you. I was having fights over you on Facebook.
Yeah. So how did you guys connect?
Oh, that was you explain it.
For me, it was well, I met Audra. She found me on Facebook. So she was going in between with me and Shawn, sending stuff and letting him know what I was doing. And then I finally got brave enough to go make an X account. And that's when I finally got to talk to him
Okay.
myself.
If I would have been on Facebook, we would have been talking. But you guys heard my Facebook experience.
Yeah, I do relate to that. Well, I only tried once, but I got my Facebook hacked and I could not for the life of me get back on. Even I did the the biometric thing to try to get on and it still wouldn't let me. So yeah, I'm like on my daughter's account. So I can't get it on my phone because it goes to her. Yeah, Facebook is just very, very challenging in those ways. I mean, I know Dawn's been on there. You've been on there forever and have really woken up a lot of people, shared a lot of information. And so, yeah, like you've said, Shawn, these all can be the tools. You know, you go in, you put the information on, you're not sitting there scrolling or hanging out.
You control the algorithm.
I look at these
you
links.
make the algorithm.
I look at these source links like nuclear weapons.
I never heard that. That's interesting.
In the digital world.
That's good. That's good.
For real though, you know, you want to wake somebody up. You send them the source information. You don't just, aliens and like.
Right.
Yeah, I've appreciated that. That's that source information that you can send to, you know, friends and family. Really, it's kind of shut a lot of people up.
It makes a huge difference of whether they're going to take you seriously or not.
Yes.
Right. It's like not Jill sending more conspiracy type stuff. It's sending actual like research and documents.
See, and that's what messed me up with my mom. Is I got to tell this story. We were talking about this earlier. With my mom, she used to be the one like pre-COVID, right? Because I never looked into any of this crap. Bill Gates, WEF, okay, sure, whatever, right? Didn't really care about any of that stuff before COVID happened. So my mom used to send me not send me, but talk to me when we'd be out back having a smoke together. She'd be like, "Oh, the WEF, they're taking over the world and blah blah blah." And Bill Gates, he's in Africa and he's poisoning the kids and with his vaccines. And she's like, "I try to talk to your dad and your brothers, but they don't believe me and they think I'm just crazy." And I'm like, "I don't think you're crazy. I think you're probably fucking right." Right? But she never sent me any source information to where she was getting her ideas from. She never used correct terminologies. It was always like Bill Gates and his poisonous vaccines. Well, how about we talk about Bill Gates and his nanomedicine vaccines? Because that's what he's been pumping into those kids for the past 25 years. Right? Had she said Bill Gates and his nanomedicine vaccines, I would have had a search term that I could have searched up and found the source information.
Yep.
Just in that one little, if you're listening, right? Are you listening when you're having conversations? When you're watching people talk, are you listening? Right? You got to listen. You got to, those key words, man, you search them out and you find it. And she wouldn't do that though. So now COVID happens and I'm all about, you guys know I'm like the links Nazi. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So
yeah, I'm like, oh, did I put enough links?
I know. Jill and I text each other.
A source link, right? But so me, I'm all about like, I want to prove if I'm going to talk about something, I only talk about what I know. Right? So if I know it because I've read it, I've been understanding it, well, then I'll talk about it. If I don't know about it, well, then I won't talk about it. You know, like there's a lot of the networking aspect that I can't make videos like Sabrina does because I don't understand it the exact same way she does. Right? I understand the basics of it and listening to her and reading more about it, I'm learning more about it, but I can't get up and make that type of a video. So I stick to, you know, the standardization, the industry, the 6G that nobody's talking about at the ITU. I try to stick my videos mainly on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which that's something that I can do, right?
That's your niche.
Because it's like my niche now, because I understand that, right?
Yep.
So I started sending my mom these policy horizons biodigital convergence documents directly from the government sites with the Service Canada link on it, which is our government, and highlighting out the important parts, screenshots, sending that to her, and just completely ignored. I thought for sure she would have been like on that, right? Because it proves everything that she's been saying while using the incorrect terminologies to make it sound like conspiracy theories. That's why these COINTELs that most people are watching on their feeds are using these incorrect terminologies purposefully to misdirect you, so you're never looking in the right place. And you're always going to end up with that fact checker spitting in your ear saying, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? But if you use the correct terminology, there's no fact checkers. You're right at business and industry. You're right at your government, right? So I started sending her all that, and she just completely ignored it. And now she like literally hates me. Like she won't even talk to me, dude.
Oh man, that's interesting.
Yeah,
the psychology of it.
I'm at the point now where I've just given up on her. I'm not interested in even talking to her, even if she apologized to me at this point. I don't trust her anymore. You know, it's my own mother, and I don't even know her anymore. She's a stranger to me now. So it's kind of scary that, you know, they've done all this.
Yes.
And managed to literally like separate families like that just
Yes.
because of the data collection that they've collected on each individual person, and managed to place that targeted content in front of those individual people on their individual feeds, causing them to think, feel, and then start behaving in different ways.
Yes.
Like the
Oh,
information
yes.
that I get, you don't see that on feeds because I'm not going to feeds for my information. I'm listening to people that are talking about things. I'm listening to the keywords, and I'm going and searching those keywords out and finding that information for myself. And then I'm creating my own content, like controlling my data to the best of my ability, creating my own content and uploading it and building feeds based off this information, right? So
yeah, that's your
we
process.
need more people to contribute to that aspect right there. Like what you guys are doing with this podcast. This is awesome. That's the first thing I said to Sabrina. I said, oh my God, what we've been doing is it's rubbing off. We're seeing it through other people now. This is fucking awesome, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a lot of it's been a lot of fun. Well, yeah, it's been fun to do this, and hopefully
Yes.
we'll get, you know, each week we'll get people on that have big or little areas of like expertise. Like I was reading Kim's blog on Substack about her experience with, I think, Morgellons or something like that, and she just had a wealth of experience and had people commenting on it, and it just, I knew nothing about that, what people were going through with that kind of the tech in your body, and like, so yeah, so we're hoping to keep trucking.
That's
Yeah,
with my Facebook. I had no idea. Like when I started posting all of this publicly, all of these people came out of the woodwork because I was like one of the first people that was sharing this information.
Yeah,
And
same on my end too.
I would let people comment and tell their stories and stuff in my comments. And I couldn't believe all the people that were suffering from the tech, the things that the tech's doing to them, a lot of the people that have the Morgellons and stuff. I mean, I was mind blown. There's hundreds and hundreds of people over the years that contact me, tell me their stories. Like I have to disconnect kind of because as an empath, it literally kills me because I'm like absorbing all of their pain. It's terrible what they've done to us.
It really is.
What blows my mind still to this day is the amount of comments that I've had of people without me even really explaining my whole story of like what's going on with my family and stuff. The amount of people that have left comments telling me my own story as their story.
Yes.
They're going through the exact same things with their family because they're trying to talk about this information. Right. So that blows my mind. It just, it's mind control. It is. And it's not the way that people think it is. It's through that data collection and them being able to control your feeds, what they're feeding you.
Sneaky.
And that
It's so
includes your
sneaky.
I was going to say that.
That includes your cable TV, your radio stations, they're controlling all of those feeds, and they're literally feeding you and controlling you through that. Sabrina talks about remoting people around. We don't even need the remote. It's just
We
there.
remote
It's
ourselves.
everywhere in front of you.
You
Yeah.
see,
You remote yourself by the data you're giving
yes,
them
that's true.
constantly and contributing in the data they're feeding back into you. So just regurgitating and resharing shit because, oh, it's the new current thing. You're helping.
Right.
Right.
Right. And it's okay. I mean, I don't want and people out there to think like, oh my God, I've got to, I can only do this and I can only do that. But just, being mindful of what we're talking about when you're on social media.
Very, very mindful.
Be mindful and make sure that your intent behind it is pure.
Right.
It's another good point. And I can say that sometimes my intent is not pure. And, I'm doing
I don't get that
mine
from
always
you.
is. I have one intent and one intent only, and that's wake the fuck up, world.
in the bigger picture, it probably is. Yeah, I guess I'm just saying, go easy on yourself as you're learning this stuff because it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's as you start. I mean, it really changes everything, as you guys have both said.
Yes, it changes your whole life. I mean,
yeah. Especially once you get to the point where you've learned about these algorithms and how they actually work, and then you actually cancel the noise that they because that creates certain signals, right? And those signals are what is controlling you.
Yeah.
So signals is about a lot more than just radio frequency. When your child's being signaled with certain narratives or beliefs or ideas in the school, that is signaling, and it affects your intra-body communication, your molecular communication. When you get that feeling, that's your molecular communication.
They do it with my kids all the time.
When some creeper walks in the door and that person's a creeper, you get the heebie-jeebies, like you don't want that person around. That's your natural molecular signaling communication, which they've learned because of all of the technologies that they have in the infrastructure and how it's all interoperable. It's all working together in this convergence, right? And it's reading those signals that are coming off of your body. And because of that data collection also, they can run narratives in front of you. They can put certain people in your life at certain times to say certain things and push certain beliefs because of that data that they're collecting, not only from your online, but also from your body.
Right. Didn't you share something in our last podcast with Kelly? Wasn't she talking about somebody coming in front of somebody walking by the house or?
Yes, her neighbor.
Her neighbor that she'd done online
and next thing you know, they're all merged and she's seeing stuff from her neighbor where she's never ever seen anything.
I thought that, I gotta pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, most people when they think of that. Most people, when they think of signals, they're only thinking about the radio frequency. And they're not realizing the convergence and merging of all of these technologies into one giant engineered system.
Right. You know what I noticed? I used to have a car wash membership, right? And they put the little sticker thing on your windshield. So when you drive up and you go under the thing, it recognizes your car, opens the gate and lets you in. Well, this motherfucker, right? They got this thing down pat. So when I'm thinking before I even leave my damn house, I'm going to the car wash, they're connecting all of us up that have the same membership. So I'm going there, I'm thinking it, and I notice every time I go there, everyone has the thought at the same time, and suddenly there's a huge line.
That's crazy.
Every time I go there. Yes, and I was doing.
They should hire you.
I was doing experiments because I'm like, this is crazy. No way, no way. Oh yes, way. Oh yes, way. So I got rid of my membership, ripped that sucker off my windshield. I'm washing my car. I'm washing my car at home because they're fucking with us.
Good point with the memberships. I mean, how many memberships do we have to this and that? And it's like a data, conglomerate and like we've been talking.
Well, that's the thing too.
I never
like
thought of that.
reward cards with the
Reward
chips and stuff
cards.
like that, your credit cards, it's still connected to the system, and your body is on that system.
Yep.
So they're still transmitting data through your body,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. I remember when they
it's just
started
like
those
you just
cards.
swipe it, and that's the only thing that it's reading. It's reading everything.
Yeah.
It's full situational awareness, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Interoperability.
Yes. This is why it's so important that we talk about this, because when we're just showing the white papers, a lot of people don't get it.
It's
but
flat.
But if we can sit here and show you how it's working in our life, like what we see day to day, people will start to understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Even talking with you guys, I mean, I'm learning more because like about the signals. You know, I hadn't really thought as much outside the box on that, not outside the box, but what it really means, and yeah, the implications of that coming up in a conversation.
That's literally like what we watched, though, was complete signaling through the pandemic from the media, from the teachers in the schools, you know, signaling, get the vaccine, it's safe and effective. Like, that's a signal that they put out.
Those words.
Now goes into the intra-body, the molecular communication of each student that hears that and gets them feeling in different ways. Whereas, had they not got that signaling, they would have never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Right?
I have to address something. Someone's in my comments here, and they're saying Sabrina is a paid whistleblower. That's a lie. It's a lie. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, it's silly.
You're in here you're the distraction.
That actually last night that she's not a whistleblower.
Yeah, I just watched her video about that. Yeah,
get the hell out of here with that stuff. You're the distraction, not Sabrina.
Yep,
it's you.
That's what I mean. That he's trying to create.
Yes. This
That's
is what
exactly
they do.
They're doing with the way that they word these things, right?
Yep.
They're trying to create a signal of doubt.
Yes, that's what they do. And I'm so glad that this person came on here so that we could feature him and show this is what they do.
Yep.
Yes.
That's exactly what they do. Or oh, you're fearing people. Well, we're not in fear and we're talking about it. Are you in fear?
Right.
Because it seems like by you commenting this, that's what you're doing, is putting out a signal of fear.
Right.
We didn't put that signal out. You did.
Right. Obviously, we're not fearful. Look, we're just sitting here having a conversation.
Talking about
we're fearful.
Yep.
If I was fearful, I'd be like, oh my God, my government's going to come kill me because I know too much.
Right. We're not even hiding our faces. Holy smokes.
Don't even give a fuck.
Hey, Shawn, as a dad and a parent, well, that's the same thing. What do you think? What do you most like? I think we've kind of talked about it, but just in a nutshell, like, what are you aware of when you're going around? You know, what should people be most aware of? What can we? I think we kind of talked about it, but maybe a little more specifically, if you can speak to that. Like,
with me, my particular main awareness and like focus on really being aware of is obviously my child's online activity. We've tried to block out like the LGB stuff as we see it. She brings it to me and I've taught her how to block it, so it's not always showing up on her feeds to signal that to her.
So like sitting with her phone and kind of talking about it.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
To her, like sitting there while she's scrolling and looking at it together and explaining to her, you know, this post is trying to push this type of a narrative. That's why they're using that wording and that language, and the visuals. And this post, you know, I think they're pretty genuine. Like I explained that to her, right? But the thing that my biggest awareness is, because my kid's homeschooled and her friends, they all go to school, and her bestie goes to school. And I've had arguments with her dad, because he's my friend too, about the LGB in the school. And he's like, oh, it's not at my school. And then I go walk by the school, and what do they got? The fucking ultra pride flag flying out front, right? So they're pushing it there, like, hello. And now it's gotten to the point that I listen to my kid and her friend, and when her friend starts talking about things, I mean, she's 10 years old and she already is identifying as a lesbian. She's an Etherean. Like
I hadn't heard
these
about
are
that.
things that like my kid has never even heard before. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so until being around her. And so now what I'm aware of, and I'm kind of don't like it, and I'm kind of not fearful, but I'm really trying to push back against it in the most respectful way that I can, because I can't just uproot my daughter from her bestie and be like, oh, you can't hang out with her anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got to let her figure it out for herself, but I can point things out to her as I notice them, right? And that's, situational awareness, right? So her friend is at school all day being signaled by the teachers that, Etherean is normal. Being a cat is normal, identifying as a cat, and the whole LGB that they're pushing in the schools, right? So now a 10-year-old is already identifying as a lesbian because the teacher is signaling that and reinforcing that, right?
Right.
So now that signal is very strong within my daughter's bestie. And then when she's around my daughter, she pushes that signal onto
Oh
my
my
child,
God.
right?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I've been really, really noticing the language that I hear her bestie using. And it's the exact same as like the language that we see on these platforms. You see the people that follow Q, and you can tell that they follow Q by the language that they use.
Right.
You can tell the people that are following the good doctors still, because they're all screaming about turbo cancer and screaming about died suddenly, and the fear signal, right? You can tell who follows Alex Jones because
Demons.
Demons.
right? It's the exact same thing. They're language models that these people are literally utilizing against us and our children to create these signals. And once you create that signal in somebody, they signal the same signal, and it grows, right?
Yeah.
So that's why our signal, our main signal that we put out is education. Because I think it's the only thing that actually helps anybody is being educated and aware.
Yes.
Right. And being able to come to these platforms and ask questions, like
To go anywhere and be able to talk
in your
Yes.
in your Telegram. I mean, people ask questions on your videos. They ask questions.
Yeah. And they generally always get an answer. Can't answer every question, but
Of course.
I try my best.
And interacting, on social media with you. I mean, you're very accessible, Shawn,
Yes.
and approachable. Like right away when I came on, you reached out to me and encouraged me and sent me, sent links to share and stuff. So yeah, he's right there.
Yep.
I feel encouraged every time I see new people come on the scene that are actually taking this serious and working to help to move the information against the censorship. Right.
Yes.
That makes me feel really encouraged when I see new people coming on the scene and joining the team,
Yeah. How about your music? How did you, I know you have a real interest in it. Talk about that a little bit.
I like Mercules. I like a couple of Canadian rappers, basically. But yeah, it's rap. Most people don't like it. It's not like hardcore gangster rap, but it's a little gangster. Like it's the reason why I listen to the music I listen to is because I actually know the artists personally, and kind of grew up around them back in my drug days, and lived through a lot of that experience and watching them grow. And then now they're actually like, they're not quite mainstream, but they're becoming pretty mainstream. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like,
that's wicked.
He's huge now. He's known worldwide. But yeah, like it's cool to see people that overcome and are willing to get up and tell their story, because it helps other people overcome too.
Yes.
It really does. I've used his music a lot in struggles, not struggles with like relapsing or anything like that, but just struggles in life where I have to remember, that the fact that I am clean and that I am a dad and that I am here today and I still have a fucking half a brain cell left, after all my years, using drugs and stuff, the fact of that alone is like, you got to remember that you're a strong person, right? And sometimes you get things that happen in life and you're like, you start feeling like, oh, maybe I'm not as strong as I thought. go back and listen to the music, and it reminds you, and you're like, oh yes, I'm strong. So that's how I use that music, is kind of my therapy.
So that's a good signal.
Yeah, I create a good
Like
signal out of a negative situation at one time in my life, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. I
And
love it.
Sean's a good cheerleader too, because when he sees us going off on the deep end, he's like, "Get your ass back in the game.
It's time to go to work.
Put your feelings in check. Come on, you're letting the tech get to you. What are you doing? Get your ass back out on the battlefield."
Like, true story, we literally just had that conversation.
Yes, you're like,
That's true.
That's awesome.
yes, because it does it gets to me sometimes, like, this is, and I'm a super emotional person, like I am off the charts emotional, so I have to constantly reel myself in, like, all day long. And like Shawn said, I come on here and they get me with the animal posts because they know that's my thing. So I'll come online and it's like 20 posts about animals getting, beat and killed, and I'm like,
oh jeez,
in my feels. And then
you help people provide a lot of focus. I think people can do that where they do post the articles and they share all the links. I mean, it makes it like when you're coming into the community or whatever and you want to get started, you want, you're jazzed up about it, and it's not hard.
I like
reading the articles is hard at times.
Well, just trying to figure out the words, but it's so good because you have to Google all the words, so you're using your brain more and more, because you don't know what the word is. You Google the word, and now you're making new neurons, and you're not being a fucktard anymore. You're like.
See, that's another thing too. I don't know if you guys noticed that I did that. Probably about 6 months ago, I started to flip the way that I was posting, because I used to post just the direct source link just directly to that particular document. If I'm sharing a particular document.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
So it would be like a PDF link, or it would be, the link to like Semantic Scholar or the NIH or something. You know what I mean, right? So it would go directly to that paper. So what I've done, and I've noticed a huge difference in the consciousness of our people that are sharing this stuff, is I started going to using the Brave browser. I mainly did that to cut out as many of the ad tracker as possible as Google puts, and make my link shorter for when I share them in my description and stuff. But I came to realize, like, their little AI does a nice little write-up of, if you do a targeted keyword search for a targeted subject, right? It does a nice little write-up of basically what all the papers are going to be talking about if you keep scrolling down and reading the actual source papers, right? So I've been using that and then posting the actual search link to show all the different industries and different health organizations and government organizations that are doing this research, right? So you're not just ending up only at the NIH.
Right.
So it's
that's really good when you do that.
People a broader spectrum of how many people are doing this, right? So I've noticed a cognitive shift in a lot of our community, people in our community that do share.
I started doing that when I make a video.
I take slack because of the Brave browser AI. Some people are like, "Oh, you're using AI." No, I'm not. I'm not asking AI questions. I'm typing in a targeted keyword search, and it's bringing you directly to the page where all of the source documentation is. The AI is just going through all that documentation and writing you a little quick, easy to understand write-up. So yeah, I think it's different. I don't know. People say, "Oh,
it's good."
I like it.
I'm
not using the AI because I have read those fucking papers, and that's why I know where they are, and I'm trying to show you.
Right.
Right. So then you click it, and you have your Google search, your Brave search, and you boom, 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 boom. It's pretty amazing. I think when you started, I noticed when you started doing that, I thought that's
brilliant.
It
makes it easier to understand for the regular person that's not up on this information yet, right?
Yeah, that is good.
Yep, 100%.
Just another way that I've learned to fuck with the algorithms.
Yeah, like stuff like that. What's the best way to fuck with them?
Just doing
Just
stuff like that.
doing like stuff like that. Yeah, like spelling words wrong and making up my own language. That's how I fuck with them.
Write things backwards.
I just don't. I spell things like phonetically or just goofy as fuck. Because
I'm already a bad
goofy.
speller as it is. I'm always constantly making freaking spelling mistakes when I spell stuff. I don't
So
care.
so it's natural. Yeah,
It
that
shows
works too.
people I'm actually human.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yep.
wouldn't be making spelling mistakes like that.
I hate the grammar Nazis on Facebook. They're the worst because you'll post something and they come on there and like, you don't even know how to spell. I'm like, dude, this is not an exam, okay?
Well,
buddy?
that's good because I didn't write the document.
Oh man. So what about your well, hopefully we can talk about your cannabis use. Is that helpful to you?
Oh yeah, I use that for anxiety.
Yeah.
My mind gets racy sometimes, and then I'll smoke a joint and focus again. Right?
Yeah, I'm right with you. Yep.
Same thing when I'm at work. When I'm at work too, I love it.
Hi, Audra.
Right. It's because you have the type of job that it actually probably facilitates a lot of flow.
I play in the mud. Literally, it's fun. And I get paid to do it.
That's ideal. That's ideal.
Yeah, I know. I enjoy my job quite a bit. I enjoy it better with cannabis stuff.
Well, yeah, isn't everything better with it?
Yes. I believe it.
We're not doing a commercial here for cannabis. It's a useful tool. It's a useful tool.
Yes.
Toolbox.
Yeah,
Of our
that's exactly what it is. It's a tool,
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Some people take pills and some people smoke pot.
Yeah, it's really helped me access parts of my brain that I don't know if I would have got to. I think they've been like damaged by my years of being medicated and my addiction issues. And so I feel like it kind of somehow it works around. So it finds that one part of my brain that's still actually functioning and lets me have access. So yeah, I always am happy to meet another fellow podcast.
Oh, hey, Audra. I just noticed.
Yeah. We have a lot of people watching. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I've checked your face. It's going good. I had another question for you, Shawn, but I completely forgot about it. So what do you see in where you live in Canada and like your locale in terms of subtle changes or on your job? Like
my job, not so much. But
yeah.
I mean, if you're in the commercial industry doing drywall, which is what I do, then yeah, it's changed a lot. When you're on job sites where, they got the safety people there and all that, that's all 2030 agenda, full speed ahead, right? But because we're doing mainly just residential renovations, so most of my jobs are dealing directly with like the customer or whatever, private kind of. Half the time there's no need for permits and stuff like that. When there's permits, it's a little bit different. But because you're required to use certain materials and certain things, and now they're starting to come out with biosensor drywall and biosensor drywall muds. So and then there's a robot that you'd only be able to use it in commercial. You wouldn't be able to use it in residential, but because the robot's too big. But they have a robot now that hangs the drywall and that will do the mud and finishing too.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah. So it is coming into my industry, but like I said, I don't think that's really going to affect me, even the robot, at least not for probably 10 more years by the time they can downsize it enough to get the robots into the houses and have the sensor technology precise enough that they would be able to have these robots do the actual finishing inside of your residential or renovations, right? So, but because I can get up and down stairs and basements and stuff, and I'm not big like the robot, I should have work in renovations for quite a while still.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
But they're moving in every industry though.
Oh, I know. I see it more. I see it so much. I mean, like I've shared ad nauseum about seeing it in the medical industry and having seen it and not knowing what it was, what this weirdness was with the way that like you interacted with doctors. Like it was also pushed, what's your mental health? How is that linked to your family history? And just intrusive
data mining
questions.
like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And recording the visits. That's new too. You have to give permission to have
It's
your
all
visit.
metadata, right? That the AI is learning from, because
Yes.
right now the AI is learning how to become a good doctor. And the doctors that are taking part in this telemedicine are literally taking part in the extinction of their own jobs. So, and they're giving them all the metadata they need by doing these videos with their patients.
Now you're pretty healthy, so do you have to interact with the system at all?
I've stopped interacting with the system. I'm not like 100% healthy. I got some problems, but yeah, I got off all the pills.
Yep, that's
just
great.
before 2020. I was already like, I didn't want to take these pills anymore. Got my weed connection back for the good weed, so I just started smoking the good weed, right?
Yep.
But yeah, no,
So
I don't really interact with the system at all. And
that's
she's
good.
out of school. That was another part of exiting the system,
Yes. Ooh, what did she say? The biosensor insulation that here
Yeah,
in the USA,
yeah,
Massachusetts does. Right. For free, the low income
They have
homes.
biosensor roofing materials, biosensor pavement, biosensor
Yep.
concrete. So it's fully integrated into
Yes.
everything, and it's all interoperable, connecting with each other, right? So
They come to our
we're
neighbor.
already
They come in our neighborhood like constantly trying to
Yes.
get new roofs on our house.
Oh my
Like
God, all the time.
half of our, well, most of the neighborhood got it because they tell you like they know how to work your insurance agency. So all you have to do, because we have, now it's nothing but hailstorm, crazy storms all the time. So this is that they can get you a new roof.
Yeah.
And
Well, what they're trying to do is, because they need to get this stuff into um like to be able to get a permit. So say you're a renter, like you're a slumlord, you're renting houses and rooms or something in houses or something like that, or even like a downstairs basement suite and an upstairs suite kind of thing. So right now you still have renters living in your units, right? So right now, as long as the renters are still living there, it can stay the way that it is. But what's going to start happening is they're going to put it right into the standard stipulations that if you, once the renter moves
Oh
out,
yeah.
in order to get a new renter in, you're going to have to go up to code. And the code will be this biosensor material everywhere for the smart integration, right? So that's how they're going to end up getting people, because so many people are taking part in it already under their climate change, save the world agenda. So yeah, that's what they're really
Wow.
looking for right now, is to get it to that point. It is. I heard some shit in UK that they're going in that direction already, within like to get a permit and stuff like that. I haven't heard anything here yet in my area, but it's in the works, right? So, and they are
That
pushing
makes
it. I
sense.
see everybody everywhere getting the solar panels and
Oh
stuff like
God,
that,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and they again they make it sound like there is some good aspects of all of the things, all the things that they push. It's, and then that's what they, that one layer of it, but
Yeah, they're
it's
only
just,
showing you what's on
I
the
know, and
surface.
that's just it.
They're
Why
not
can't they just say it?
showing or explaining what's going on the back end, right? Who's getting the back end information from all this stuff, and how are they using it, right?
Right. And that's
That's
how
where
they've done it this whole
there's no
time.
transparency whatsoever on that aspect of it, and that's the problem.
Yep.
Yes. It was all done so sneakily. Like that's the thing that blows my mind the most. Like, how could they do this whole thing to all of humanity and not have to say anything? Like
How could
nothing.
people believe that this could be for good when they have to hide things from you
Right.
in order to
Right.
get it to come through.
They're preying on the goodness, the good nature of humans.
Right.
That
we're
and
just
the laziness too, because
that
people just
too.
want
Yep.
convenience, right? Quicker,
Yep.
better, faster, you know.
Convenience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we drive through? And the drive-through started everywhere.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's the choosing convenience all the time that's keeping people ignorant too.
Right. So opting out, like when you're in the grocery store, not going through the self-checkout.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I never do. And same thing. I used to use pre-COVID, I used to use my PC MasterCard all the time because I get free grocery points on every dollar I spend, right?
Yeah, my
So then
mom does that.
yeah, at the end of the year, I could go cash out my grocery points and Christmas, and I didn't have to pay out of pocket, so now I could spend it on Christmas presents, right? Like my actual cash that I worked for. So I used to do it like that all the time. And as soon as I realized what the blockchain was, the system that it's all moving into, and I decided I can't support this blockchain system anymore because your MasterCard is on the blockchain system. I once I realized, you know, CBDC is coming, but it's already here. It's the Bitcoin. It's the cryptocurrency. Once I knew about these things in the beginning, you know, I realized like I don't want to take part in this. So I have a system now where I get my money for the month and then like from work,
You
and
get
then
cash?
I go to the bank and I pull out like $2,000 to last me the month in cash. And the only thing that I'm doing any online transaction is to pay my bills. So my groceries are not online transacted anymore. My daily purchases are not online transacted anymore because I'm trying to not take part in helping to build the system in any way that I can.
Right, because it's a data point. You swipe
But
that
unless
card.
enough people come to that mindset and do it that way, it's not really going to change much, right? Because I'm just one cog inside the wheel, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. My
but
son, my
for
27-year
myself, I
old,
have to be like that.
my 27-year-old will not use cash. Like I've owed him money and I gave him cash and he drives it down to the bank and puts it in the bank. I'm like, why would
It's so
it?
weird.
I'm like, he goes, why would I use cash? That's so hard. I'm like, holy shit, man.
And
Yeah.
you know what the other part that sucks about this too, like this
That's
whole
funny.
system that they've built and the way it's set up is saving cash, like having cash all the time is kind of hard because you have the cash on hand all the time. But when you have your money wrapped up in digital money, it's actually easier to
It's
save
way
money.
easier.
Way easier to
So you're
spend.
put in that type of a catch-22, right? Like, what do you do?
It's almost like that's the responsible thing. You know, it's not responsible to have bags of cash in your house when actually maybe like my mom operates, she still has like stacks and stacks of cash. And she goes through her, you know, she does everything that way. You know, she pulls out the money, she writes it down with her hand.
Yep.
It's pretty remarkable. I used to laugh at her, think she was foolish. You know, what are you doing, mom? But now I'm like, hey, it's not the dumbest thing.
She knew what was up.
Right. See?
Yeah, and my
knew.
husband too. He always is taking out cash, and I've really moved towards it because I was just too. It was too convenient. You know, I'm busy. I've got a million circuses going on, and I
Well, I
don't
know
have
who's
time.
got an hour to go to the bank every week, right?
Right.
Or every
Right.
month or whatever, right?
But yeah, this is a good. Just talking to you guys about it is a good reminder to push myself to do it. You know, if other people are doing it.
Yeah, if we get enough people, then if you don't take part in the system, it can't keep working, right?
Right.
So
It doesn't.
it's hard because
Yeah.
everybody has to really like make their own decisions and come to grips with what are you willing to give up to not have to be forced to live in this system, right?
Right. Well,
And to not
during COVID,
continue to building the system for your child to be forced to live in, right?
well,
Yeah.
during COVID, my husband was working at Bosch and they were pushing the shot. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was every day he was texting me from work. Are you okay if I get fired today? Are you okay? What if we, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if they fire you. I don't care if we lose our house. I don't care if we lose everything we have.
You
You're
ain't
not
taking
gonna
that shot.
right. That shot, no frickin' way. There's nothing
Yeah.
that would ever be worth it. I'd lose everything before I would allow anybody I love to go get that.
Yeah. See, for me, I didn't leave work because, you know, work was pushing a shot or anything like that. I left work because the school was pushing the shot on my kid, and I wasn't willing to send my kid to school where she could get shot with that shit. So, and then from there, it turned into the LGBTQ push that keeps her out of that place. But I'll never forgive the school for pushing a experimental nanotechnology vaccine on my child. I'll never forgive them for that. I'll never feel
That's
trusting enough
it's
to
insane.
put my
And
child
nobody
in
gets,
their care, you
yeah,
know.
they all got
I'm
off the
scarred for
hook.
life. I'm scarred for life on that. There's no changing my mind at this point. So,
We were all heavily traumatized by that. Like that
yeah,
was
I know. It
that
just
that was
was
fucking
ripped us
disgusting
apart.
is what that
yes,
was.
that was insane. Like that was the most insane thing I've ever experienced. And it went
Yeah.
on for so long with them constantly attacking us with that. And then we were getting attacked from other people that said we were killing
Bad.
people, and
You're gonna kill grandma.
it
That
was
was,
really
yeah,
bad.
I know. We all
And they
probably have PTSD from it,
yes,
I would
Oh
say.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, the next
everybody
couple
does.
generations is gonna be fucked because of this.
Yes.
Yep.
You see it,
Yeah.
look around, look at how dysfunctional everybody is right now. It's they've done a
Yeah.
number on us.
Yeah, and they're continuing to do a number on us with all the propaganda. Constant, you know.
Constant. Every single
Absolutely.
day, all day long.
Like protests and things like that. You know, I now, like, I don't laugh at people that are going to protest or whatever, but I'm kind of like,
You know it's useless. It's completely
right,
useless. It's
a
not
big
doing
sigh.
anything.
Yeah, I wanted
And,
to
and
like yell
it's
out the
really
window.
being used against the actual truth movement. You know what I mean? Because
I know.
they're always sharing the pictures where they're, causing shit or something like that, right? Like, just makes everybody look bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to yell out the window. It's the biodigital convergence, you fools.
Imagine at the trucker convoy that Canada had that went global. Imagine if somebody like Chris Guy would have got up on stage and started reading from the biodigital convergence Canadian
Right,
documents.
right.
Imagine what kind of a fucking mass awakening that would have caused. Because back
Hey,
then I
yeah,
was pushing the biodigital convergence documents in his Telegram group, which he's very active in, and he blocked me from being able to post those fucking
Wow.
documents.
I told you he went to Kelly's house. He went to
Yep.
Kelly's house, Jill, during that after the one of the convoy things. They all got together at Kelly's
Oh
house,
my
and
goodness.
Chris was over at her house. And
Wow.
she didn't know at the time, she was just caught up in all of the movement. And
Same thing. Imagine if
Oh yeah.
all throughout the course of 1 week, Alex Jones, Stu Peters, Maria Z, fucking, Health Ranger Report, Jane Ruby, let's say they all got up and did just a fucking series on biodigital convergence.
right.
Every single one of them at the same time, the same week. Imagine the mass awakening we would have.
I know. I
These
just
are the
got
people that
chills.
are preventing people from waking up. And it's come to the point where it's so easy to see now that that's their job.
Yeah.
That's literally their job, is to prevent you from knowing about this information.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind anymore.
Yeah, I
Who's
saw
paying
you
them, who
on
they're working
Maria
for, I
Z.
have no fucking clue, and I really don't care. It's just the fact of the matter is they've done everything they can to stifle people from getting this information, and they're not willing to talk about it themselves. So,
Yeah, they got the truther movement so preoccupied with the bioweapon.
the deep
And
state.
The deep
yeah,
state, yes. Epstein, we're like focused on.
right.
It's all
Exactly.
CIA created buzzwords. And all the language that these truthers are using is that CIA created buzzword language. It's just, you sit back at this point, seeing everything you're seeing going on and knowing what you know, you have no choice but to laugh at it, because it's so fucking stupid.
I know. Once you see it, it's really it's comedic.
Yeah.
It's a horror show, and it's impacting everyone and our loved ones, and ripping families apart. Like we've all
Literally.
spoken of it.
I'll
Literally.
probably
Yes.
never take part with my family ever again. I've got
Yeah,
them
I've
all
lost.
blocked. They all blocked me the first couple of years, and I just got tired
Wow,
of being
I'm
blocked,
sorry.
and I'm just like, fuck it now. It's not worth it. It's not worth me having stress in my life of like, is my family going to talk to me tomorrow or not? Like, will they
Oh, I
ever
can talk
take me
about that.
seriously? Like, I'm no, fuck it.
Right.
I know I'm serious. They don't seem to respect me enough to even look into what I'm talking about to see that I'm serious. So, you know, they don't got respect for me. So why would I want to continue having a relationship with that?
It's a
It
energy
seems
and
pretty unhealthy
drain.
to me. It seems unhealthy to me. I
Very
want to be around,
unhealthy.
I want to be around people that support me, you know?
Yeah, I saw that lady's post on the LifeWave patches. I can speak to that a little bit. I use those for quite a while, and they I think what they're doing with that kind of a product is they're collecting data points
Yeah,
because you
through
put
the
those
terahertz.
patches on all the chakras. You know, they're based on your chakras.
Yeah.
And they say that right in the literature. And
Yeah.
so everybody that uses them, they're wherever they put them. You know, you're in all these these groups. They do recordings where they talk about the success that people have had with the patches. That's all recorded, and so they're getting just huge amounts of data. I think it's like a precursor to the precision medicine.
They're
That's the way I
directly
see it.
connecting you to the terahertz with those patches.
Thank you. Okay. So
Yes.
somebody had
Your
mentioned.
Yes.
5G, your
We
millimeter
get this.
wave.
We get this question all the like on Facebook. This is a huge topic. Everybody cannot grasp this, how it works, because they're like, this is good. This is good.
Right. And they do help. I use them.
Right.
They freaking help me. I stopped getting them. I mean, it was hard. It was like breaking an addiction.
See.
But
Yeah.
I feel like my body kicked in, my natural, like, you know, and I learned about piloerection, and I learned, you know, I focus more on other things I can do for my biofield that I don't need the patch. But
Yeah, doing it in natural ways. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, a lot of people have like had like major health crises, gotten better with them. So it's really insidious to me the way that people are fooled. I mean, they can't help but be. So
We're fooled
See,
every day, all day long. We're being
yes, that's
bamboozled.
true.
the other thing that
To
bothers
make it
me with people that sell those types of products is none of them explain the dual use availability of those products.
right, the doting.
They know the dual use of those products. It could be used for good, but it could also be used for bad. As long as they have that connectivity to it, it's whoever's controlling it on the other end, right?
Right.
So
Right. Yeah.
all these technologies, they're all dual use, right?
Right. And I didn't realize, you know, the Department of Defense Information Network, that they're all tracked on that network. So
Yeah.
like that ties in with what you said.
Well, they control the core network, right? Which all of our networks are linked into the core network. That's the back end, right? They get to see everything that's
The
going
back
on.
end.
Even if you think you're on the dark web, you're still connected to that core network where they
Right.
see everything on the back end, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's depressing.
And that's the thing. The system's so damn big that it's hard to see. Like, you only see so far, right? And then you're like, oh, you think it stops there, but it just keeps going and going. It connects to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. Everything is literally converged in this biodigital convergence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's all connected now, right? And the Internet of Everything is what Cambridge
Yes.
University calls it. So crazy like Cambridge, right, Sabrina?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we've been talking for a while.
You
Oh
guys
my
ready to
gosh.
call it, or?
Yeah,
You wanna-
it's a. I can't believe we've almost been on all this
An hour
time.
and 23 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Wrap it
pretty
up
good.
on a positive. What can we say to wrap it up? Well, we don't have to. I
We
don't
can
know,
keep.
John. We can keep
I have
talking.
time. I have time.
Positive is the whole world wakes up and starts researching. And then
Everybody get on the same page.
and then
Everybody
people
post a
start
link.
having real adult conversations and the world starts getting better.
Yeah, I think you talk to your kids, you know, you put
It
Shawn's
starts there.
video on.
Yeah, it starts
Little
there.
baby steps.
Yes.
Yeah. Because everything you do today is going to grow tomorrow, you know? And if you build it, they will come.
As evidenced by all the people that are listening. And yeah, I think more people should have conversations and
like public conversations, make them
yes,
available so other people can see that conversation and hear things and learn things from it. And, you know,
That's why
and
they
allow
go in our.
everybody to contribute, right?
That's
Yep.
why they go in and they like try to mock us online. They come in they send the bots in our comment section to mock us and make us look bad. And then it scares other people to speak out because they're like, oh, I don't want to get roasted like she's getting roasted. So I'm not going to speak out.
Yeah. And that's affecting your intra-body communication when you see that shit, right?
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
And I don't care. I'm like, go ahead, say whatever you want
know.
about me. I'm not shutting up.
Yeah.
Block and
Yep,
delete.
Right? I got a one
You
track
guys are
mind,
pros.
Yep.
Oh man.
See, I've been training for this for a lifetime. Like my own mother said really mean things about me. So you're not going to hurt a stranger online is not going to hurt my damn feelings.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. I mean, if you found Sabrina's and non-vaxxers communities, you've probably been around the block a time or two. I feel like there's a lot of people that come here after having, really gone through a lot in life, having a lot of challenges, been kicked around, really kind of like rolling up on the shore, like
people that have been forced to grow up through life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it does call you to that. It calls you to really like, if you're going to make choices like we were talking about, you're going to get noticed and you're going to get pushback, and that's not always easy. So we're really glad that people are here listening to us and like you were encouraging people in your community, Shawn, to make their own videos, and people
I want to put a video together with, I'm hoping to get like 5 or 6 or maybe even more if I can, just clips of people.
Oh, that'd be great.
Just people explaining the difference that they've noticed in their awakening process since having all of the documentation, direct source available, and Sabrina's, video explanations and stuff like that, my video explanations. Just how has it helped you in understanding what's going on in the world today, right?
Right.
So yeah, I hope I'm up to like 3 videos right now I have. So kind of just sitting back, chilling on them. I got them stored away. And I'm hoping I can get to 5 or 6, and then I'm gonna make a video and feature them.
It's so helpful to have that information because, like, for me, I've had such a hard life, and I thought, like, I took it in as it's just me. Something's wrong with me. God's punishing me. It was always like, I'm being punished. Obviously, I'm not. Something's wrong with me, and God wants these bad things to happen to me. And then you go and you find Sabrina and Shawn's little library and all their stuff, and you're like, holy shit. Like, there's an actual
there's an engineered
it makes
system
sense
behind this picture.
Yes. And then it's like it because I was really depressed for a while, and I was having really, really bad thoughts, I'll be honest. And I was just like, I'm worth nothing. I'm, like, and then when I found Sabrina and Shawn, I was like, holy shit, it gave me like, it actually, I was scared. It makes you scared like at first, but it gave me hope.
Yeah, you'll freak out at first.
Yeah, but then it was like, I was like, it gave me hope and it gave me courage because I'm like, wow, I'm not crazy and God doesn't hate me. They're doing some fucked up stuff to us here.
Yeah. It just knowing is better than just all these unknowns. Everything's disconnected. When are the Palladians? When are we ascending to the 5D and this like vague stuff that just all over the place. So it just brought everything together for me. Even though it's pretty bad what we're learning. It's pretty scary that we've, like Sabrina says, human to human betrayal.
You can't fix or find solutions to a problem unless you figure out the root of that problem.
That's a good point.
If you ignore the root of the problem, which in this case is the IEC biodigital convergence standardization document for global industry standardization, if you ignore that root, you're never going to find a real working solution.
Right.
And you're going to keep dealing with fraudulent people that peddle their solutions. And that's what we see going on.
Right.
And you get to the point once you realize this, that you realize the ones that avoid that conversation about the biodigital convergence standardization and sell those products, it's most likely that they're avoiding that conversation because they know about it.
Right.
Because if they got deep into that conversation with their viewers would eventually come to realize that what they're selling them is bullshit.
Right. Right. See, that's the
Because
kicker.
they're
That's the
ignoring the root of the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of truthers out there with big accounts, and they're
Oh.
talking about a lot of good stuff, but
Right.
they're not
Yeah.
talking about the biodigital convergence.
Yeah.
They
And
never mention
there's
that
a
word.
few that'll get close, but they'll never say that keyword.
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah, I was listening to some clip that I saw. A friend sent me from Lori Ladd, and a woman I used to follow who really did help me at a certain point in my life, but it was just too abstract. You know, it was very spiritual, but it didn't like connect with the whole body. And I was listening to her, and I was like thinking, why don't you just say it's the biofield instead of going off on like these what was she talking about? No, I can't think of it now, but
They make it sound so woo-woo and like,
and that's because they're fed CIA buzzwords all the time, and that's literally, it's a large language model, and they pick up on it, and that's the signal they get from it, and then they use that language model themselves, and they put out that signal, and then it goes into the next person's mind, and you know what I mean, right? It's just like starting a trend on TikTok.
I think so.
Right?
yes.
You watch it start, and then it just boom goes viral, right?
Yeah.
Like ascension. That was like everyone. We're ascending. We're ascending
To the 5D, yes.
Just
right
another
up to the
psyop,
cloud.
right?
We're
Yeah.
right up to the cloud.
How about the 5D ascending? Let's talk about 5G, because that's what your ascension is.
Right, right.
So
That was such a huge psyop. I mean,
Huge.
they got tons of people with the Ascension 5D.
It's still
tons of money
going.
too.
Still
Tons of money.
going big time. Those people are on there just
Yeah, they make tons of money selling fake courses and shit too. Like
going to conferences on it about the ascension process still, like
meditating while your house is on fire kind of
yes.
thing. Like,
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
save me. Yeah, I'm going to be saved because I
said nobody.
Yeah, well, it kind of promotes a disconnect with your body.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that stuff, you know, you're not like here on the planet. You think
That the biofilled aspect to this really, because we couldn't figure out like the 6 feet apart thing,
right,
and all of that.
Yeah, that language was
without the W band, we wouldn't have figured that out. The load balancing, we wouldn't have figured out that shedding was a psyop.
Yeah, right. The shedding.
You're right. People still constantly talk about shedding, though.
I know it's still a huge psyop because people like CIA Dr. McCullough and his foundation, they push that, and then the Died Suddenly, which is connected to his foundation, and they push that.
The Died Suddenly people, man,
they're straight up psyop.
Yeah, and he's trying to get a hold of Sabrina. He keeps messaging me, get on Sabrina. I'm like, I won't even check.
We got Maria Z and Karen Kingston on this one. Oh my God, that's great. Good for you. We're doing just fine over here, thank you.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why people come to me like and think that I'm like their connection to Sabrina, because I don't have a connection to Sabrina. Like I just post her stuff. I have
no real associations with anybody, and if I'm going to associate with you, it's because you do things like I do things.
Right.
You post these documents. You don't fuck around. You don't promote psyops. You don't run fear campaigns and opium campaigns and sell bullshit products. Like, if I'm going to associate with you, it's because you have the same morals as I have. And if you don't, then I'm not going to associate with you. It's pretty simple, right?
Right.
I only put the expectation on other people as what I expect myself to do, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You've helped a lot of people, Shawn.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm just grateful I've been able to. I'm grateful that people finally paid attention. It took long enough.
You're a humble guy. I mean, like, I don't feel like ego coming off you. And
no, that's what I want. I told Jill, I'm like, we have to get Shawn on there so that people can see him, because they attack you and say like the meanest shit about you.
gangster rap. That's what I am.
Right. It's like, no, he's a really nice guy and he's smart and he's not.
Yeah, one question. Yeah, you go after people pretty hard. I think that your passion and commitment to the truth is remarkable. Like I don't think I could do that.
Gaslighters. I hate gaslighting.
Yeah.
It irks me, and that's why I
Yes,
go after
that's
those
my
people so
trigger
hard.
too.
It triggers me too. Oh man.
I grew up with my mom gaslighting me my whole life, so I just realized it the last couple of years,
Me
so.
too. Me too. Now I can spot it and it just.
Yeah, and I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with it. So
Yeah, it's like saying
if
you don't
can't be
matter.
straight up, then just don't even come near me.
Yeah. Wow.
This was good. I'm glad that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we
wrap
were
it
able
up.
to do this because
Yeah, me too.
Before we have any awkward pauses here, we should wrap it up.
Okay. This was good.
It's
Thanks.
really good.
Thanks for coming
Yeah.
on, Shawn.
Thank you for
Thanks,
having
Shawn.
me, guys.
Thanks, Shawn. It was
And I'm
blast.
glad people get to see that you're not like, I don't know, you're not some big mean asshole. You're just passionate about what you're trying to do here.
I'm the bulldog.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are cool if I share this on my channel too, eh?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
we're going to put it in we have a Rumble channel where we're putting our episodes. So
Yeah, good idea.
If you missed the live. So,
Awesome. Awesome.
All right.
I look forward to seeing you guys' future videos too. Keep it up, eh?
Okay.
We will.
Thanks, Shawn.
Yep.
Talk to you guys soon.
All right. Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. How do I leave?